Namaskaram. Subhodayam. Namo Namah. Today is 7th of November, the 28th day of our classes on Sanaatana Dharma. Is a part of certificate course on Sanaatana Dharma. So far, we have completed 1 month of coursework plus one more topic in the second month, that is Vedic mathematics. Today onwards, for next 7 days, we are going to have classes on Sanaatana Dharma, Shodasa Samaskarams, from our Guruji is Dr. T. Visalakshi Garu. So we will introduce her after Prarthana and Vande Mataram. So let us have Vande Mataram from Chala Chittibabu Garu and Prarthana from Ananthan Garu, and then introduction by Lalitha Garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyotsna pulakitayaminim pullakusumita rumadala shobhinim suhasinim sumadhura bhashinim sukhadam varadam mataram vande mataram. Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Let us have Prarthana from Ananthan garu.
Sarvebhah Namaskaraha. 1 minute meditation. Let's close our eyes. Relax the body. Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam. Sit straight. Total concentration on breath. Give auto suggestion to your mind. It should not entertain any other thought other than the class for another 2 hours. Pray for the availability of mind. Om. 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 Om Ganana Antva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavin Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashtunvannoti Visida Sadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebir Vajinivati Dhinam Avityavatu Vagdevyai Namaha. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave. Na guroh paramam shishurasmi guroho gatirasti gurau mama pahi guru. Jnananandamayan devam nirmalaspatikakritim adharam sarva vidyanam hayagrevam Shruti smruti purananamayam karunalayam namami bhagavat pada shankaram loka shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ధన్యవాదములండి అనంతన్ గారు. Let's request Lalita garu to introduce the speaker.
Sarvebhyaः namaskaraः. Today I would like to introduce our Matrushri Visalakshi garu, who is the Vice President, Upadhyaksharalu of Veda Samskruti Samiti. It's really a honor to be part of her class, and who is always a very revered personality amidst all of us. Today we are going to have a week-long classes by our by Visalakshi garu, whom I would like to give a brief introduction to you all. One second, I just spotlight her. I just want to spotlight her. Visalakshi garu, as you all are well aware, there is some hanging, I think. Yeah, now I got it. One second. As you all are aware, Visalakshi garu is called as Matrushri, and she has basically, academically, she has done her MA and PhD, also MPhil from in Sanskrit. Okay, that is in Tattvamasi, she has done her MPhil, and also in Upanishads, she has done Upanishadalalo Mahavakyamula Saram, the concept of Mahavakyas in Upanishads. That was what she did her PhD in. She retired as an associate professor from Government Degree College, and also she is, right from her childhood, she has always been working and doing so much of service for the promotion of Sanskrit. As an academician, she has conducted many seminars, participated in many webinars, and at the district level, state level, national level, and even international level. And she has presented many papers also, right from childhood. And also as a professor, she has done so much of contribution to the education sector, we can say, by conducting many essay competitions and also many extempore speeches like that. She's also had many honors, like, many awards has been given, so many, like, she has made it a point to really encourage all the youth to learn many of this our Sanskrit and our ancient scriptures. And also she's participated in many government hosted programs like Dharmamu, and also at the state level essay competitions. And she has also got the awards for all our, what all she has conducted. And she has participated in the National Olympiad also. She has made all the students participate, and she got felicitated by the then CM also, Chief Minister also. And she's gained so much of respect, and she has been awarded the Matrushri Award also. Like and when the Nagapani Sharma Garu and all, who did the Sahasravadanam, Dvisahasravadanam, Brahmashi Dorbala Prabhakar Shastri Garu, who did Ashtavadanam, all that she had been a translator and a facilitator. Like that, she has played multiple roles there also. And Raksha International Foundation, they honored her saying this, Vishishta Matrumurti was the honor she got. That was Birudu, they tell the title she was conferred upon. And also she has worked with All India Radio also from 1972 onwards with Bharati. And also, any women related programs, she was just the guest of honor, we can say. She has been even to this day. And she has been participating in many other social activities, like, any atrocities like Madhyapan, the liquor ban on liquor and family planning, and also the widow remarriage, all these things of social aspects also. She has also hosted many dramas, and also some all this kind of snippets, all these kinds of things she has been done. She has also written many kavitas also, like poetry, all that kind of things. And also, she's done enormous contribution for promotion of Sanskrit, and also, to promote the women empowerment and also to raise their awareness. Like that, there is lots more to tell about her. She's participated in many TV programs also, and the Bharat TV, CVR, Spiritual TV, live telecast also she has been participating, and she's been part of many MUT activities also. And it's really our honor to hear from her about this Shodasa Samskaras. And as part of Veda Samskruti Samiti, she's doing enormous contributions, for which we all are really, we are very blessed. We all are blessed to have her here. And she's also interacting with a lot of Dharma Sandehas, Dharma Patham, and so many programs. There is enormous contribution. So let us all take it our really blessing to have her on our board. And I request Karnalji also to speak a few words about her, and then I ask Amma to take over the session. And for this 1 week, we are all really blessed to have her with us, speaking about Shodasa Samskaras. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yes. Thank you, Amma.
Thank you, Lalita ji, very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Lalita Garu, that you have covered the profile very well. So, besides what I want to highlight is she is our Vice President, Sanaatana Dharma, and she has been deeply involved in syllabus making for this course, in streamlining the flow of the subjects, and also the speakers, who will speak and what content they are going to speak and how they are going to be all put in as one course, how to conduct it. So we have been, exercising it, and she is in taking the leading role on that. So she has taught us in the first first course of this Sanaatana Dharma. And now she has been taking a lot of webinars for us during the weekends. You would have attended her webinars. And recently also, during last week, she has attended the celebrations of Nannaya and other Adikavis, and gave a lecture on that, and for which she has been honored. And we are very lucky, fortunate to have her. And she has not been feeling well 10 days back. I was a little worried, and during this time she has recovered, and we are very fortunate that we have her back to take our classes. Let us thank her for sparing her time and preparing her topics for this class. So without taking more time, I will request her to start the webinar.
Thank you, Colonel Amarendra Babu Garu. Thank you very much. Om Sri Mahaganatipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeswarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Medha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Sivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Cha Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Vigneswaram Vignasantyai Vanim Vachak Pravruttaye Gurun Gudhartha Bhanaya Pranamami Punah Punaha. Om Sadasiva Samarambham Vyasa Sankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Ratnakara-dhauta-padam Himalaya-kiritinim Brahma-rajarshi-ratnadhyam Vande Bharata-mataram. Vande Bharata-mataram. Saphaye Namaha. Good morning, everybody. All of you are pursuing Sanaatana Dharma course for 3 months course. Now, you have already studied about Vedas, Vedangas, Darshanas, etc. So many very wonderful topics with excellent professors. Now, today and tomorrow, for 2 days, I will just give you a gist of introduction of Sanaatana Dharma. In fact, Sanaatana Dharma is so vast and it is in so depth that actually we can never cover the topics of Sanaatana Dharma, even if we teach for hours together, days together, years together, because it got such a great value and essence. Even then, just in 2 days, I want to give only the points which can be, there may be so many other points also, but just I want to give you 28 points in our Sanaatana Dharma. And only for 2 days now in this course I'm giving because due to lack of time. Then if everything goes well, in second level, at the second level stage of our Sanaatana Dharma course, I want to go in detail about other topics which I'll be mentioning tomorrow, the 28 topics. Now, for today and tomorrow, I'll give only Sanaatana Dharma. Day after tomorrow onwards, for 5 days, we will be learning Shodasa Samskaras, which is a very must for all, in fact, for all human beings, but for us Hindus, certainly. Now, why you have to know about our Sanaatana Dharma? Because we are born in Sanaatana Dharma. We are Sanaatana Dharma Anuyayis. So we should know the greatness of our Sanaatana Dharma, where we have born, and the spirituality of which is being praised by entire mankind, the whole world, in fact, all other countries also. And in fact, Sanaatana Dharma was the only Dharma that existed since the existence of the universe, creation, mankind. So we should know the greatness of it. And also because you are doing 3 months Sanaatana Dharma course, if you complete this course and go out, then naturally people may ask you, what did you learn about Sanaatana Dharma? So how it originated? What are the points to be highlighted in Sanaatana Dharma? What is the source of Sanaatana Dharma, etc.? So many points are there, people may question you. Then if anybody asks you to tell about Sanaatana Dharma, at least you should be able to tell for 10 minutes regarding the important points of our Sanaatana Dharma. For hours together we can tell, but now after completing this course, you should be able to tell at least a big paragraph, a certain points. So what I advise you to note down the points if possible, and write a gist of the teaching of today's and tomorrow's in a paragraph. Then that would be useful for all of you also. So you should know the source. What is meant by Sanatana Dharma? How it originated? What is the source of our Sanatana Dharma? Now I will explain all these points in short to you, because if we go in deep, we may not cover anything. So how it originated and what are the points covered under Sanatana Dharma, that we will try to know. In fact, Sanatana Dharma is so vast and deep subject. I already said it cannot be covered even if we study for months and years also. But one thing I want to say, even without studying anything, any book, or without listening anything also, we all are aware of Sanatana Dharma, because this Sanatana Dharma exists in us. It is there in our very blood, in our thoughts, in our behavior, in daily routine life. So we all know about Sanatana Dharma. When I am teaching all these points, you may definitely say, I know, we know all these points. But you should know that this is Sanatana Dharma. So for today and tomorrow, 2 days, we are doing Sanatana Dharma course. Ours is Sanatana Dharma. Though many people call it as Hinduism. These isms have started in modern age. Now, actually, this Hinduism word, India, is given by foreigners. It's not ours. We are Bharatiyas. Ours is Sanatana Dharma. Bha means to shine, lustrous, luminous. Luster not only of outside, but of inside. The luster of knowledge, the luster of divinity that exists in us. So Bharata, Rata means one who enjoys. So Bharatiyas are those who enjoy in knowledge, in luster, in tejas, in kanti. So those who shine with internal luster, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. So they are Bharatiyas. Now Sanatana means ancient. Ancient means very old, which origin can never be definitely said it originated at a particular time, this year, etc. So that which cannot be spoken like that is called as Sanatana, because Paramatma is called as Sanatana. The names, one of the names of Sri Mahavishnu, Paramatma, Bhagavan, is Sanatana. So Sanatana means Sada Nutana, that which is ever new. So even God is Sanatana and Sanatana Dharma is Sanatana, because there is no difference between Sanatana Dharma and Paramatma from whom it has originated. It is not any particular religion. Sanatana means it is not preached by a particular person, as in case of other religions which are prevailing nowadays. It is the way of life of all Bharatiyas, Vedic way of life. Our ancient sages arranged our way of life in such a manner, in such a way, by which we, all human beings, live here on earth very happily, with coherence and mutual love and affect and respect, and also in coherence with nature, and also with all other living beings, not only human beings, all animals, birds, the nature, mountains, rivers, etc. They are part and parcel of our life. So we treat all of them as equal to us and take care of them. Achieving all the Purusharthas, we maintain happiness and tranquility here in this life, and achieve dharma, artha, kama, and finally we can attain moksha also. The aim of human life is to achieve these dharma, artha, kama, mokshas. by following the way of Sanatana Dharma, we can live happily here and can obtain the heavenly abodes. There are so many divine lokas, Brahma Loka, Satya Loka, Surya Loka, Varuna Loka, etc. If we want to gain, we can gain. If we want to get moksha, get liberated, free from the the chains of birth and death, even such moksha we can get while alive here. In this very birth we can achieve moksha, and after birth also we may get moksha, because moksha, while Jivan Mukti, we say this is the concept of one of the concepts of Sanatana Dharma, to attain moksha here as Jivan Mukta, then Videha Mukta after leaving this body. So if we follow the Sanatana Dharma sincerely and correctly through Dharmika way, according to scriptures, we can go to the heavenly abode along with this, that is with this physical body, just as Dharmaraja went there because he is the embodiment of Dharma. He got the power and capacity to go to heaven with this physical body. In fact, it is not at all possible for anybody to go with this body. Trishanku wanted to go there, and so he got Trishanku Svarga by Viswamitra. So the Paramagamya of our life is life according to our Sanatana Dharma is to get liberated, moksha. Jagadguru Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya said, Jantunam Narajanma Durlapamata Kumstvam Tato Vipratat Tasmat Vaidika Marga Dharma Parata Vidvatvam Asmat Param Atmanatma Vivechanam Swanubhavo Brahmatmana Samstitihi Muktirno Setakoti Janma Sukritai Punyair Vina Lapyate. Setakoti Janmas Punya should be there to be born as a Sanatana Dharmanuyayi, to be born as a human being and to gain knowledge and also get liberation. Because this human body is so valuable among 84 lakhs of living beings. Why human body, this Upadhi excels all other living beings is due to the jnana we possess. Jnanam hi tesham adhiko visesho. Jnanena hinaha pasupis samanaha. So one should acquire jnana when born as a human being. So when such rare Upadhi is given to us, we should utilize it for acquiring jnana and getting moksha, which is the main purpose and paramagamya of our life, by following Sanatana Dharma in our life, gaining the knowledge, proper knowledge, with discrimination, yukta, viveka, that is nitya, anitya, vastu, viveka. We should make all our Bharatiyas and all human beings know what is Sanatana Dharma, what is the greatness of our Dharma, and how to make them realize this greatness. It is by, first we should acquire it, we should study. When we study it and understand it properly, then through the ideas which we got by education, by the Guru's teachings, by studying the scriptures, that we should convey to others, we should teach to others. So by 4 methods, Athiti, Bodha, Acharana and Pracharana, we can, Athiti means learning. First we should learn. Then Bodha, what all we have learned, we should teach to those who do not have that particular knowledge. Then Acharana, what we have learned, we should put it into practice in our life. Then last, final one is Pracharana. We should propagate it. We should make others understand and gain the benefit of it. So the Sanatana Dharmika way of life is to live according to what is said in Vedas and Shastras and Dharma Shastras. We are the followers of Sanatana Dharma. Vedas are Parama Pramana for us, the Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. Vedas are the treasure house of the entire knowledge of the world. Vedas are the exhale, we say, Nisvasa, Tasya Nishvasitam Vedaha, it is said. The Uchvasa and Nisvasa of Paramatma, Parabrahman, came in the form of Vedas. The great sages taught us the divine laws which they visualized in their meditative stage at Samadhi Sthiti. So our Sanatana Dharma is universal. It teaches us the universal laws given by different sages, not only by one particular person. For the benefit of the entire mankind, so many Divyarshis, Maharshis gave universal and eternal laws to us. And they can be followed by all types of people of all ages. Vedas speak about Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Pravritti means behavior in this world. Living happily here with name and fame, acquiring a good position, education, etc. Physical attainments. That is, and heavenly abode also. In fact, Nivritti Marga is to get liberation, to get liberated. So in Pravritti Marga, 99.9% people, we all are in Pravritti Marga. Rarely we get people who are in Nivritti Marga like Jagadguru, Adisankara Bhagavatpada, Paramacharya Swami, then Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, etc. They are all are in Nivritti Marga since their childhood. So by Pravritti Marga, we follow Shastras according to Vedic, what is laid down in Vedas and scriptures only, we follow, we gain knowledge. Then we go through the 4 ashramas, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa and all. We get married, we get children, we get wealth, name and fame, health, merit, etc. Everything we get through this Pravritti Marga. This is also very great. This is actually what is meant to us also by Vedas. Then we do Yajna Yagas and all. Even that is Pravritti Marga. Nivritti Marga, as I said, it is detachment. Detachment from this worldly affairs. And to be connected with higher reality, the ultimate transcendental reality, the Parabrahman, Paramatman, which is existing everywhere in the universe. So, to renounce these worldly things, to develop detachment, to gain perfect knowledge, and to rejoice the bliss is in Nivritti Marga. Vedas teach us both Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga also. And Vedas teach us in Vidhi Nishetha form. Vidhi is that with command, it is in fact. Without questioning anything, we must and should follow what Veda said. That is Vidhi. Nishetha is what is not to be done by us. That is Nishetha. So in the form of Vidhi and Nishetha, what is to be done and what is not to be done is taught to us. From Vedas, we get such knowledge. The cream of Vedas is Upanishads. Upanishads speak about Parabrahman, the transcendental reality which is immanent here in each and every atom of this whole universe. It is, this Parabrahman is timeless, spaceless, attributeless. Nishkala, we say, Nishkalanka, Nishkala, Trikalatita, Deshatita, Kalatita, Nirakara, formless. And it is Ananta, infinite, and it is supreme existence, consciousness, bliss, Satchidananda, we say. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, also we say. Such Nirguna Parabrahman appears in Saguna Sakara form for the sake of sadhakas, the devotees. The essence of Vedas and Upanishads is given in the form of Shadangas. Then Ashtadasa Puranas, Itihasas, Dharmasastras, and then Kavya Natakas, etc. 4 Vedas are there. You have already studied all this. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvana Veda. All these Vedas are studied and understood through 4 Upavedas. Because these 4 Vedas are connected with 4 Upavedas. and 6 Vedangas. The 4 Upavedas are Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Sthapatya Veda. Some people say Sthapatya Veda means Silpa Shastra. Some people consider Kautilya's Artha Shastra as the 4th Upaveda. But only most of the people, they consider Sthapatya Veda only, Shilpa Shastra as the 4th one. Then Shad Angas. Anga means part. These are the Angas, parts of Vedas. Siksha, Vyakaranam, Chindo, Niruktam, Jyotisham, Tatha, Kalpas, Cheti, Shadangani. These are the 6 Angas. You have already studied about all these things. Siksha is the knowledge of pronunciation of letters and how to utter the letters properly and how the letters came from the mouth, from the navel they start and come from our mouth, and in between 4 changes occur. Para, Pasyanti, Madhyama, Vaikari, that is how they say. So this is Siksha. Then Vyakarana teaches how to frame the words and sentences without any mistakes. So to know how to write, speak without any mistakes grammatically, we should know Vyakarana. Then Chandas is prosody, meter. Then Nirukta is etymology. Jyotisha is astrology. Astrology and astronomy go together, which include this counting of graha, nakshatra, stars, planets, etc. And also about the lives of human beings also, the future. We can know the incidents which occurred and which are going to come mainly broadly by this knowledge. And Kalpa teaches us the procedure of doing Nitya Naimittika karmas, karma charana, then vratas, pujas, etc. Kalpa. Kalpokta prakarena, we say, while doing either Satyanarayana Vrata or Varalakshmi Vrata, etc. So, Shad Darshanas are, there are 6 darshanas besides these Vedas and all. Darshanas are there. Darshana means drusha, pashya, to see. So darshana has come from the root drush, pashya. That is seeing. Seeing what? Mentally with the 3rd eye we say jnana chakshu. We see the knowledge of what is taught in Upanishads, Vedas and all. So remembering that, thinking of that, we write smrutis, that is Maharshis wrote smrutis. Then these Shaddarsanas also are written by many Maharshis from their own perspective. They have depicted the essence of Vedas and Upanishads, in fact, in a systematic way. So they are called as Shat Darshanas, Shad Darsanas. They are Yoga Darshana and Nyaya Darshana. These two go together. Then Vaiseshika, Sankhya and Yoga go together. Sankhya, Kapila Maharshi's Sankhya Darshana first. Sankhya and then second Yoga Darshana. These two go similarly. Then Nyaya and Vaiseshika both are of same time. They teach almost the same sutra, same substances. But Vaiseshika, Kannada's Vaiseshika is a little different. It speaks about atoms and atomic powers, atomic energy and all. Then Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa, these two are of one type. But Purva Mimamsa speaks of only rituals, what are to be done, what sort of yajna, yaga, the karmas and all. Then Vedanta deals only with Brahmajnana. Vedanta speaks about Jiva, Prakriti, then Paramatma. Jivatma, Paramatma and Prakriti. So then Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita, these 3 together are considered as Prasthanatraya. These are the 3 which lead us towards divinity and mukti. Besides all these granthas, there are innumerable Upasana granthas are there. Upasana means worshipping certain deities with mantras, restrictions, niyamas and all, keeping the idols, description, worshipping then keeping fasting, etc. That is Upasana Marga. That is to be followed. Then not only Upasana, there are so many other methods by which we can reach the divinity. Upasana is also one of those margas. The other margas are Karma Marga is there. Then Dhyana Marga, Yoga Marga, Upasana Marga and Jnana Marga. Jnana is the ultimate and final one. So by following any of these margas, we can reach divine power, divinity. So there are so many granthas which are the source of our Sanatana Dharma. Now let us know about certain points about Sanatana Dharma. Just I will tell the points, now you listen. The first point is, what is Sanatana Dharma? That is to be known first. Now second point is how it originated. Now third point is, what is the essence of Sanatana Dharma? Now fourth point is explanation regarding Sanatana Dharma. Now fifth point is actually what is meant by Dharma. Dharma means what? That we should know. Now sixth point is, how many dharmas are there? Among them, what are the eternal dharmas? What are the normal dharmas that change according to time and space, and also from person to person also? Now, what are the special dharmas, vyashti dharmas, samishti dharmas, dharma sukshmas, apad dharmas, manava dharmas, sankhika dharmas, atma dharma, etc. Vividha dharmas are there, different dharmas. Among all these dharmas, Atma Dharma is given utmost importance. Atmartham Prithvin Tejet. That is what is said by Maharshis. So many dharmas are there which are to be followed by all of us. Now, seventh point is, what are the characteristics of dharma? Dharma got several characteristics. Among them, there are so many slokas which describe the characteristics of dharmas. So, just we have taken one sloka from Manusmriti, which speaks about 10 characteristics of dharma. Dhruti Kshama Damosteyam Saucham Indriya Nigraha Khrir Vidya Satyam Akrodhaha Etad Dharmasya Lakshanam. These are to be known, these 10. But in fact, in these 2 days, we may not be able to discuss these 10 points also in detail. It takes a lot of time. Long back in our Veda Samskruti Samiti, in our Veda Samskruti Samiti, I have spoken about this Sanatana Dharma in Telugu. If you are interested, you can listen. There I have explained in detail all these 10 characteristics. But now here, tomorrow also, I may not be explaining in detail because time will not be there. Besides these, our sages said, Kruteshu Pratikartavyam Esha Dharma Sanatanaha. This is our Sanatana Dharma. If we get benefited by the deeds or words or in any manner from anybody, we should definitely do help to them. Whenever any necessity comes, or we should search for the opportunity to help them and show our gratitude towards those people who helped us, either by word or by thing or work or anything. And another very great dictum, in fact, we say of our Sanatana Dharma is Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaka. Ahimsa, Satyam, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. These are the qualities to be developed by all of us to be in Sanatana Dharma. Paropakara is spoken as Dharma. Now, eighth point is the most important items of Sanatana Dharma. This is the eighth point I kept. So the most important items of Sanatana Dharma. Under this 8 point, I gave 21 or 22 points, 21 at least. Even more may be there, but we are taking only 21 points here in our course. Now 21 plus 7. 7 points are there. In 8 point, there are 21 sub-points. So total 28 points. So if we know a little about these 28 points, then we can say we know at least a little about our Sanatana Dharma, and we can teach that to others also. Now the 21 points that come under 8th point are the great treasure of knowledge given to us by Maharshis, Divyarshis, Pravritti Dharma, Nivritti Dharma, etc. Second point is greatness of Samskrita Bhasha. Because we should know Samskrita Bhasha, because everything, the entire knowledge of our Sanatana Dharma exists in Sanskrit language. Entire Vaidika Sahitya, the Moola Granthas, the original Granthas of all subjects, all branches of education, they all are there in Samskrita Bhasha only, because since lakhs of years, crores of years, Sanskritam was the only language in which people used to study, speak, write, read, everything occurred only in Sanskrita Bhasha. Later on, these other languages developed from Sanskrita language. So, Samskrita Bhasha and our Samskruti, these two are interrelated, and these two together go. So, we should know about Samskrita Bhasha. Now, third point is to follow Satya Dharma, Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara. So, we should know about Satya and Dharma, truth and righteousness. Fourth point is Punarjanma Siddhanta, the doctrine of rebirth. Fifth point is Karma Siddhanta, the doctrine of action. Now, sixth point is definition of Deva, God, divinity, Daivam, the importance of idol worship. In fact, all these points are, they themselves are as huge as big granthas of Mahabharata, like Bharata, which is the biggest literary work. Now, seventh point is to tell Sankalpam at several occasions while doing Daiva Karyas, Pitru Karyas, Nitya Naimitika Karyas, etc. We tell our Sankalpa. So, we should know how to tell Sankalpa, how to express our desires to God. Now, eighth point is importance of Gotra and Pravara. Gotras and Pravaras, we should know how to tell our Pravara. And we should know the lineage, Gotra also. Now, ninth point is Go Brahmana Pramukhyata. Go Brahmanepya Subhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, we say. When Go Brahmanas are taken care and they are in sound condition, then happiness, prosperity, kalyana occurs to the entire world and universe, the nature also. Such is the importance of cows and brahmanas and brahmins. Now, 10th point is Nitya Naimittika Karma Charana. Nitya Karma Charana and Naimittika Karmas. How to put them into practice. Now, 11th point is Agni Aradhana. We Sanatana Dharma Anuyayis are Agni Aradhakas. So, Yajna Samskruti, ours is. No, so we should know what is Yajna Samskruti, how to perform Yajna Yagas, what is the importance of worshipping Agni Deva. Now, 12th point is Pancha Runas or Pancha Yajnas. It's very important. Every human being is born with 3 runas, depths. Then after taking birth here as human being, we get 2 more other runas. So we should be free from these 5 runas before we leave this body and go to God. Now 13th point is Chaturvarna Chaturasrama Dharmas. There are 4 varnas and 4 asramas. we should know in detail about them. And why Maharshis divided our human life into these 4 ashramas and 4 varnas, even that is to be known by us. Now, 14th point is Chaturvidha Purusharthas, the final aims of human life. What are to be achieved here in this world? Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, which are the aims of our life. Now, 15th point is Bhakti, Karma, Dhyana, Upasana, Yoga and Jnana Margas. And to reach God or attain Mukti. And Samanvaya, synthesis of all these paths, is also to be known. Tesham Jnani Mama Priyaha says Paramatma. Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam, they say. So Jnana Marga is the best and most important Marga. Now 16th point is Guru Sishya Sambandha. The relation, in fact, our Vedic Vedas, these mantras, Vedas are being protected through Guru Sishya Parampara only through Maukika. Later on, this recording on manuscripts, recording on palm leaves has come later on, now printing press and paper. So Guru Sishya Sambandha, we should know who is Guru, who is Sishya, what are the characteristics of them, what are the duties of them, etc. Then Gurukula Vidya Vithana. Since lakhs of years, our education went through Gurukula Vidya Vithana, but due to Macaulays, when these British people started ruling our kingdom, our India, our Bharat Desha, our way of Gurukula Vidya Vithana is completely removed by them and they replaced with their British way of, English way of education, forcing all the people to forget Samskrita Pasha and by force learn English. Now 17th point is Shodasa Samskaras. Now regarding this point, Shodasa Samskaras, we are going to learn in detail from day after tomorrow onwards for 5 days. Now 18th point is Kutumba Sambandha. That is Vaivahika Jivana Pramukhyata, we should know. What is the importance of family? Why we should and how, why and how these Kutumba and marriage Vyavastha, Vivaha Vyavastha is given importance by our Maharshis. Now 19th point is the place of women in Vedas and also in medieval age. Now 20th point is the Achara Vyavaharas, the customs and traditions coming to us from our ancestors. What is the scientific reason behind these acharas? That we should know. Now 20th point is the customs and traditions. Okay. 21st point, last one we can say is our Sanatana Dharma is the essence of Vedas. The complete essence of Vedas is our Sanatana Dharma. These are the points of our Sanatana Dharma about which we have to know in this Sanatana Dharma course. Now, today and tomorrow we may be able to know 6 points and then 7th point a little, that's sloka. Then 8th point onwards, in second level of and third level of Sanatana Dharma courses we have to learn if everything goes well. So now first point is, what is Sanatana Dharma? We must know now. What is Sanatana Dharma? Sanatana means Shaswata, eternal. That way of life which is beneficial to all living beings, not only human beings, to all living creatures, which makes us attain happiness as human beings, attain happiness here in this life and paves a way to attain liberation, bliss and enjoyment and happiness at heavenly regions, Devalokas, and to get liberation, it is called as Sanatana Dharma. So Sanatana Dharma Mata, we can say, it is giving us Aihikananda, Amushmikananda, then Moksha, Mukti Prada. Aihika is the pleasure and happiness we get in this world. Amushmika is after leaving this body, the delight that we get and enjoy in heavenly abodes is Amushmika. Mukti, moksha is getting liberation. That is final aim of human life. It is called as Sanaatana Dharma or Arsha Dharma. Arsha Dharma because Rishis gave us this Dharma. It is called as Arsha, coming from Rishi, which does not come under the control of time. So it is Kalatita. Our Sanatana Dharma is beyond time. When we take breath, Uchvasa and Nisvasa, we know we exist. When a person is, a living creature is living, how we know it is living, having life in it? Through Uchvasa and Nisvasas. And taking breath, we know we got prana, life in us. That prana shakti which exists in the form of air in us, Vayu. Vayu, all Panchabhutas are there in our body. So the Vayu that exists in us comes out in taking a particular procedure in a scientific manner. That Vayu, when comes out of through our mouth, it turns into sound, Shabda. It turns into words and Vakya, sentences, paragraphs. Therefore, I and my breath both are same. Unless breath is there, I will not exist. Unless I exist, breath will not come out. So I and my breath are identical. You accept this, isn't it? So when this is correct, I and the speech came from me is also identical. We have to accept it. So when Paramatma's Uchvasa and Nisvasa is called as Vedas, Paramatma and Vedas both are identical. Therefore, Veda itself is Veda Mata, we say. Veda is Parabrahman. Parabrahman exists in Vedas, in the form of Vedas, Shabda Shakti, we say. So, Omkara is the first one from which all words and sounds, bhashas, every language originated. So, Vedas are the exile of Paramatma and Parabrahman. And Omkara is the Shabda Brahman. Omkara represents that Paramatman, the ultimate reality, in the form of Shabda Shakti. So, from that Omkara, the Shabda Brahman, as we call that, this entire literature, languages, all languages came out. Om Ityekaksharam Brahma, says Upanishad. Entire creation emanated out of Omkara. Vedas speak about the secrets of creation, this nature, Jivatma, then Paramatma and Prakriti. All are known by the knowledge of Vedas. Vedas are the mirrors of our Bharatiya Samskruti, we can say. Our Dharma and our Samskruti both are inseparable. Our Sanatana Dharma is ideal and worth to be practiced by entire mankind. It's not meant only for us Bharatiyas. It is universal. Maharshis gave this Vedic knowledge, Vedas, for the benefit of entire mankind and also for the benefit of nature, all living creatures. Our Veda says, Shem Dvipade, Shem Chetushpade. Dvipadas are human beings walking with 2 feet. Chetushpadas are animals, etc. So let there be auspiciousness to all creatures, all beings who got 2 feet, who got 4 feet, etc. We wish peace. Finally, every person wants to be very happy and peaceful. Sublimity. This is what is actually required by all of us. Shanti. That is why we say, after doing any sort of prayer or chanting Veda mantras, we say, Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Thrice we say, Achatmika, Athi Bhautika and Athi Daivika Shantis we require. For them we pray the God. So, in spite of several foreign invasions, Muslim invasions, who destroyed our culture, our granthas, the sources of our knowledge, even then our dharma and jnana are still, that is, this Sanatana Dharma is still able to withstand. Even today, after hundreds of years of invasions by foreigners and also by British rule, as all of us know, which damaged a lot, in fact, than all other Muslim invasions. So due to all these, the greatness and sanctity is still residing in Sanatana Dharma, though facing all these troubles. It is because of the greatness of Vedas, greatness of Maharshis, and the what we can say, the highest sublimity exists in Vedic knowledge. So it could withstand, and it is existing, and even now it is being maintained by all of us. Now, Swami Vivekananda called our Sanatana Dharma as mother of all languages, all religions, all countries, in fact. So, actually, Swami Vivekananda said Sanatana Dharma is the mother of matas, as they say, all religions. Sri Krishna Paramatma says in Gita, Yo yo yam tanum bhaktaha srarthaya architum icchati tasya achalam srartham tameva vidatham yaham. That is the greatness of Sri Krishna Paramatma and our Sanatana Dharma. Paramatma said, whoever wants to worship whomever God in whatever form, with whatever name and form, God is, that is, God in some form with some name. Even then, Paramatma said, I will make them get full confidence in their beliefs only, in the gods whom they are worshipping, in the names and forms they are worshipping, in that particular form only, and make them liberated for by being worshipping. And their desired gods, they will yield their fruits due to me. That is what Paramatma said. By following that method only, they can get liberated. It is due to Paramatma, Parabrahma Shakti, the Satchidananda Shakti. Sri Krishna means not Vasudeva, only Vasudeva's son. He represents here as Parabrahman, the transcendental Satchidananda Paramatma. So our Sanatana Dharma is in coherence with all religions that exist. Now, second point is how and when our Sanatana Dharma originated. Our Sanatana Dharma existed since the existence of this creation. The indescribable Nirguna Parabrahman alone existed. Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, says Veda. It got a sankalpa, ekoham bahusyam, I am one, let me become manifold. Because ekaki naramate, there is no enjoyment if only one person is there. He needs another person either to talk or to interact or to rejoice. When such spandana occurred in Paramatma, that spandana Shakti, Chaitanya Shakti, that is called as Chit Shakti, which is called as Jaganmata or Maya, the invincible power of Paramatma, this creation occurred. In fact, Paramatma is self-luminous and rejoices in himself. There is no need of any other person or anything. Yet he desired to create the creation, so he created this universe with his own invincible power, Maya. Vedas came from his Nishvasitam, from the Nabhi Kamala of Sri Mahavishnu, Chaturmukha Brahmadeva emanated. He is Swayambhu. He is God Chaturmukha Brahma, from whom to whom Paramatma entrusted the responsibility of doing creation, Srishti Rachana. Brahmadeva called himself as Swayambhu, born by himself, because when he appeared in the Nabhi Kamala of Sri Mahavishnu, then he saw the surroundings, but he could not find anything. Nothing is seen by him. So he thought he came by himself, and he declared himself as Swayambhu. Also because he is the first creation of Paramatma. So he is in fact very close to Paramatma. He came from the very Napikamala of Brahman. So he is called as Swayambhu. From God Brahmadeva, several Divya Rishis came out as Manasa Putras. Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, Sanat Sujatiya are the Manasa Putras of Brahmadeva. Narada Maharshi is Manasa Putra. Came from the mind of Paramatman, Brahmadeva, Narada Maharshi. So many other Maharshis also came from the body of Brahmadeva. All of them did penance. Whoever came out, they did penance. That is the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma. Even Paramatma does penance, thinks himself and contemplates. Brahmadeva did penance for lakhs of years. Narada Maharshi, Sanakadi Maharshis, all of them did penance, and all other Maharshis who came from the body of Brahmadeva also did penance, a lot of penance for lakhs of years, and got invincible power. And these Maharshis, while doing these meditations, when tapas, when they are in deep meditative state called as Samadhi Sthiti, they could hear Vedavani, the divine voice of Parabrahman. They could visualize the invisible power, Parabrahman, Paramatman. So they could see and listen to the words of Veda Mata, Gayatri Mata. They gave this knowledge to many such other great Maharshis who did get great penance and got divine powers to see and listen to such knowledge. They got in this knowledge, they got in Nirvikalpa Samadhi Sthiti, we said. So such great Maharshis addressed us Bharatiyas as Amritasya Putraha. They called us as Amritasya Putraha, the children of immortality. We are not just mortal beings. Even though the body decays, the Jiva, the Atma that exists in us will never die. There is no death for us. And we are not this body, we are that divine power which is eternal. That is the essence of our Sanatana Dharma. The Maharshis addressed us, Shrunvantu Sarve Amritasya Putraha, Aye Dhamani Tavani Tasyu, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam, Aditya Varnam Tamasastu Pare, Tameva Gnatva Atimrutyumeti, Nanyak Pantha Vidyate Ayanaya. We all should listen to Sat Prabodha of divine Veda Vani. Now, Vedamata is addressing all of us through Maharshis as Amritasya Putra, the children of immortality. Immortal children, hey, immortal children, listen to my words. That is how they addressed us. Our span of life is very short, in fact, with this human upadhi, with so much of fortune and punya that we acquired in several births. Aneka koti janmadita punya phalena, we say we got this manava upadhi and took birth as human beings. So we must gain this atma jnana and get liberated in this birth itself. Otherwise, the Upanishad says mahati vinashtihi. If you cannot acquire that eternal knowledge, you are losing a lot. You are the greatest loser, because if once this body goes away, then we do not know. It's not certain whether we get the same human body or same in the sense human body. Also, it's not certain. So when this body is given to us, we should utilize it. Veda is asking us to worship fire god. Agni Michedvam Bharata. That is how Maharshi said. Fire is the symbol of Paramatma. Agni represents divinity, divine Paramatma. In the olden days, our elders used to worship fire god thrice a day, Nityagnihotra. They all are Nityagnihotras and Niratanadanas in those days. Thrice they offer oblations into the fire. Then thrice they do Yajna, Yagadi Karma, means this Agni Karya, offering oblation service every day, 365 days, they do, and also they do Sanchya Vandana thrice a day. These Agnikarya and Sanchya Vandana both go together. Then throughout the year, forever, the fire exists in the fire Agni Gruha. In every house, a particular room is allotted for Agni, and Agni never extinguishes. It is the duty of wife, of Grihini of that house to take care of the fire day and night so that it should not extinguish. Then this sort of doing Sanchya Vandana, Trikala Sanchya Vandana, Agni Aradhana, etc. They came to us traditionally. Though nowadays, due to this foreign influence, we are not doing. But prior to 300 years, now also so many, even at the time of British rule also, there are so many people who are observing all this. That is why it continued still in us. Otherwise, it would have gone. Every one of them used to worship Sun God and Agni Deva. They worship Sun God as Parabrahma because Upanishad said, Asav Adityo Brahma, Asav Adityaha. Seeing the sun, we can say Asav because he is seen. Asav means here, who is present here, near to us. So Asav Adityo Brahma, the sun is Parabrahman and Pratyaksha Paramatma to us, the protector and life giver, Sun God. Near Himalayas, there were rivers, Saraswati river and Vrushadvati, another river. About these two rivers, Vedas are speaking in detail. These two rivers are most ancient and very pious holy rivers, Saraswati and Vrushadvati. The place in between these two rivers, Saraswati and Vrushadvati, the place coming in between these rivers is called as Brahmavarta, because Brahmas used to wander and move in that place. It is called as Brahmavarta. Maharshis and Divya Rishis and even gods, they come there. And even Veda Mata, Vedas come and wander there in that Brahmavarta. At the beginning of Srishti, gods performed Manasa Yajna. All the gods together in the beginning of creation, when only Maharshis came and gods are created and Maharshis came, all of them together, they did a sort of Manasa Yajna, a very big Yajna. The Sathya Devatas, in fact, this information is given in Rigveda only. It is there in Rigveda that all these gods and rishis performed Manasa Yajna. The Sathya Devatas, among Devatas there are varieties. Devatas, Yakshas, Kinnaras, Kimpurishas, Siddhas, Sadhyas, etc., Vidyadharas and all. So Sathya Devatas, mentally they thought Vasanta Ritu as Kaughi, Grishma Ritu as Samithas, then Sharad Ritu as Havis. Havis is the oblations that we pour into the fire. So that is how they mentally thought and did that Mahad Yajna. Paramatma handed over Vedas to Chaturmukha Brahmadeva. Then even Maharshis and Brahmarshis, they took part in that Manasa Yajna of gods. So all the gods together and all the Divya Rishis together performed this wonderful Yajna, Manasa Yajna. And from that Yajna arose this universe. That is how they say. So this universe emanated as a result of that Manasa Yajna performed by gods and rishis. So this Srishti came out, all human beings came out, all living creatures came out, and thus we all are created. So by that Manasa Yajna and the penance, and by the grace of Brahmadeva, because it is the duty of Brahma to do creation. Brahmadeva is also the main person of that Manasa Yajna. He is Brahma, in fact. Brahma Hota Advaryu, thus we say for Yajna, isn't it? So he is Brahma, Deva is Brahma. Maharshis got enlightened, and by the grace of Brahmadeva, these other Maharshis also got such wonderful power of doing penance and getting enlightened and getting this divine knowledge of Veda Vijnana. So all these people, all those gods, Maharshis who performed that Manasa Yajna, they heard certain mantras of Vedas in their meditative stage while they are in Samadhi Sthiti. So while doing this Yajna, they got the divine knowledge of Vedas. And as a result of Veda, this Vaidika Yajna, Srishti emanated. So that's how they say. They explained to their disciples and they to their other disciples. Thus, traditionally, this Guru Sishya Parampara protected for lakhs of years. They protected this Vedic knowledge, Veda mantras, and the source of our Sanatana Dharma. So it is given over to all of us. Then onwards, it came through generation by generation, and we also could reach that. Now we all are having this knowledge, Vaidika, Vijnana, we are having. So we are living, following this Sanatana Dharma. We say these Vedic mantras exhibited in their hearts. We say Veda మంత్రాలు వారి హృదయాల్లో స్ఫురించాయి అంటాము. అంటే స్ఫురించాయి అంటే యాక్చువల్లీ వాళ్ళు ఏదో వినడం చదవడం అని కాదు. దే themselves got those mantras. They through their intellect, through their divine power, through their third eye, jnana chakshu, they could visualize these mantras. So while the Maharshis are doing meditation, they got so many darshana of so many mantras, and they are given in Vedas, mostly in Rig Veda. So they could hear the divine voice, they could see the divine power, and they named that power as Brahman. All these gods and Maharshis, they named that that invincible power, indivisible power, that power which is timeless, spaceless, everything, which is transcendental and immanent, which is the substratum of everything. They named, these Maharshis named that power as Brahman. So that is why we call it as Brahman. Because they visualized that power, they got enlightened by that power, and they experienced that power. So that power is all pervading. Brahman, why they named that word Brahman? Because the word Brahma came from the root Brumk Vistarane, that which is spreading, that which exists in the whole atmosphere. So that Satchidananda, Sat Chit consciousness, existence consciousness, bliss, we say Satchidananda, the perfect knowledge, perfect consciousness, and perfect existence. These are the characteristics of that Brahman. So that Brahman is all pervading and all powerful, perfect knowledge, and so source of everything. So because Brahman word came from Brumk Vistarane, that which is Sarva Vyapaka, which exists everywhere, it is called as Brahman. So Veda gave the name Brahman, Brahmana. That Vedas are called as Brahmanas, because Brahman is being spoken through Brahmanas. The Vedas are called as Brahmanas. And those who got the knowledge of that Brahman and Brahmanas are called as Brahmins, because they have mastered, they got the knowledge of Brahmanas. Brahmanas means Vedas. Brahmanas means divine. Brahmanas also means Brahmins. So all these go together. And they taught us these Vedas to all human beings. So those who mastered the Brahmanas are called as Brahmins, who taught to the entire mankind the knowledge given by the divine, this Vedika knowledge, Veda Vijnana, they distributed to everyone. Sorry, I'm taking a little water. So these Vedas, Brahmanas, Brahmins, all are one and same. Those who studied the Brahmanas are called as Brahmins. I said Brahmanas, even now when we are doing any pujas or vratas at our house also, doing any kratu, we call the priest as Brahmagaru, we say. The duty of those Brahmins who follow this way of life is to preach the knowledge they gain through study of Vedas to others, and to tell all human beings what is good, what is bad, how to lead the life and how not to, etc. That is their duty. So all those who got the knowledge of Vedas, the Brahmanas, used to give the essence and gist of this knowledge to the entire mankind through all these years, crores of years, lakhs of years. Those who were there at that time at Brahmavarta, they were endowed with full knowledge of Brahmajnana, the knowledge of Vedas. Later, these Maharshis endowed with Brahmajnana who were there at Brahmavarta, they slowly moved from Brahmavarta to Aryavarta. From that place of Himalayas, they moved slowly to all other parts of Himalayas and to north, south, east, and west. So thus from Brahmavarta, this Sanatana Dharma came to Aryavarta. From there, they came to the southern part, eastern part, western part, and northern part of entire earth, complete earth mass. So once upon a time, the earth was fully covered with our Sanatana Dharma and all Sanatana Dharmanuyayis only. So this is how the Sanatana Dharma originated. So all human beings used to follow only our Sanatana Dharma. For lakhs of years, only this way of life existed. But in due course of time, due to several types of incidents, which we already know, several types of people took birth and several places got located. So due to several incidents took place at different places at different times. So all these gave birth slowly to changes in following this our pious sanctified Sanatana Dharma. So slowly different opinions of individuals, different religions, as they started to say, developed in this modern age. Of course, we know our Maharshis and those Brahmins who got knowledge of Brahman, they used to get up early in the morning. It is their duty. They have to get up early in the morning, at least 2 hours before sunrise, and meditate upon Brahman. They know Brahman and gave us the knowledge of Brahman and how to gain the knowledge of Brahman, how to approach Godhood and Parabrahman, how to contemplate and reach Parabrahman, how to worship God. What are the means of gaining this knowledge of worshipping gods, and how to contemplate on Nirguna Parabrahman. All these are taught to us by Maharshis who took birth from time to time. Even now, Maharshis are taking birth at present also, like Paramacharya Swami Varu and then Ramana Maharshi, etc. Through these Maharshis, we got several Dharma Shastras also. The Maharshis born from time to time gave us Dharma Shastras, which lead us to live very happy, pious life here, according to Sanatana Dharma. They also explained, that is the Dharma Shastras explained us the result of leading such a way of life. What are the benefits gained by us by leading such a dharmika way of life? Our Sanatana Dharma is universal, Sarvakalika, Sarvadeshika, followed by all human beings of all parts of earth, that is all countries, once upon a time for lakhs of years. They always speak about Satya, truth, and Dharma, the righteousness. That power which sustains the entire universe is the Nirguna Parabrahman. It is Sarvajna, all-knower. One who knows about this all-knower becomes all-knower. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati, Upanishad says. The moment we realize that we are not this body, we are Parabrahman, we certainly recognize ourselves to be Brahman. So we should contemplate and know what is this body, what is mind, what is intellect, and what is the Chaitanya behind all these. That power which is behind all these is Parabrahman. Vedas give the knowledge of that Parabrahman. Vedas in the sense Upanishads. So Upanishads give such knowledge of Jivatma, Paramatma, Prakriti, and the power which is behind all these. Pratibodha Viditam Matam says Kathopanishad. So our ancient people taught us specially to see Parabrahman in sun god, in fire god. In all elements, Prithvi of Tejo, Vayu, Raka, Panchaput, a man or a woman, a boy or a girl, also are to be treated as God according to our Sanatana Dharma, because Godhood exists, Brahma Kita Janani, we say, in all creatures. So that is why we worship God. We see God and worship even the rivers, even the trees and the nature, everything. So Vishwam Vishnu, we say, Vishwa itself is Vishnu. This entire creation is the manifestation of Parabrahman. So the invisible Parabrahman became visible in the form of the world. This is the essence of our Sanatana Dharma. This is how we have to see our co-living beings. Our ancient sages asked us to do Suryopasthana, Suryopasana. They call this as Suryopasthana. By doing Sanchya Vandana with Agni Aradhana and Suryopasana, people get invincible power and luster by which they can control the entire universe and nature. So with that power, they realize that they themselves are Parabrahman, divine. Their sankalpas become true. They can achieve anything in this world. They saw that divinity in sun, moon, stars, planets, wind, clouds, rain, lightning, everywhere, clouds and all. So, and also they saw that divinity in themselves and among all living creatures. So to worship the divine power, seeing that in outside is called as Antaryaga, seeing that divinity in us, within us, and worshipping that and gaining us is called as Antaryaga. So Bahiryaga and Antaryaga. Bahiryaga is worshipping outside, Antaryaga worshipping inside, from inside. So Antaryaga is superior to Bahiryaga. So Lalita Sahasranamas also say Antarmukha Samaracha Bahirmukha Sudurlapa. It's very difficult to get externally. It's very easy to get when we go penetrate deep into the depths of ourselves. We can easily find that divine power. So by doing Bahiryaga, one may yield all the desires. By doing Antaryaga, one can get knowledge of himself, Atma Jnana, and get liberated. If one worships God with a particular desire, with any purpose, automatically those desires will be fulfilled. But if one wants only to get mukti, then such worships are not at all needed. He has to meditate upon himself, Atma, and gain Atma Jnana. So then they will get liberated from the chains of birth and death. So this is, in fact, there is no end to such desires, our desires. Na jatu kama kamanam upapege na tishtati, they say. If we are pouring fire in the Agni, that is pouring the ghee in the fire, the flames will be coming up. So that's when the desires are being fulfilled, they will not come to an end, desires, endless. So that truth we should realize. So we have to check ourselves and put an end to our desires. That is how, by stopping the desires, we can concentrate on ourselves for doing Antaryaga. So now we have known a little about what benefits we are gaining by leading such a dharmika way of life, our Sanatana Dharma, which is universal, Sarvakalika and all. Just as Najat Kama, I say another sentence. Havisha Krishna Vartmena bhuya eva abhivarthase. That is what na jata kama kamanam upabhoge na shamyati havisha krishna vartmena bhuya eva abhivarthate. So without allowing our sense organs to go outside, if we allow them only to go inside, that is, if we make discrimination what is nitya and what is anitya, permanent and temporary, then we can realize that we are not this gross body or senses or anything, and we realize that we are not the stula sarira, not even sukshma sarira, we are not even karana sarira, we are only chit shakti, not even prana. Prana is also, prana shakti is given to prana by the Paramatman only. So we are only the power Atma Shakti which is behind this. So then we realize the divine power which is in us, in our Dahara Kasha, inside our body, in our Hridaya Kuhara, we say. This is explained in all the mantras. Nilatoya the Madhyastha Vidyulekhe Vapaswara Nivara Sukavatanvi Pita Bhasvatyanupama and all we say. So this truth is explained there. That invincible Parabrahman exists in us only. So we do Vigraha Radhana because, and also we do Sri Chakrarchana, etc. Because that invincible power we invite into these Vigrahas and Sri Chakras, etc. So we worship them also as representative. We worship Vigrahas as representative of Parabrahman. We are not just worshipping that wood part or iron part or anything. We are worshipping the divinity present in those Vigrahas. And that divine power graces us and yields our desires. That is the greatness of Vigraha Radhana of us Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. So, our Nirguna Parabrahman is seen by us either in idols or in portraits or in Haridra Ganapati, we say Haridra Gauri Mata and all, or in Kalasas and all. This is Upasana, and worshipping the divinity is real Upasana. So with that knowledge, we have to worship. So great Maharshis, they asked us to live according to Vedas, according to Dharma Shastras, live happily here in this world and get happiness with all 5 sense organs, with all body parts functioning healthy, with healthy and hale. So that is how we have to pray the God. That is what is taught to us by Maharshis. Jivema Sarada Setam. We should live for 100 years with sound health. That is why Veda says we should live with proper functioning of all our sense organs. Shrunvama Sarada Setam, Modama Sarada Setam, Nandama Sarada Setam, etc. for 100 years. In fact, the age of human beings now in modern age, in this Kali Yuga, is given as 120 years in Vedas. Though it is said Nandama Sarada Setam, etc. Sharattulu, they say Sharat for a year. So for 120 years, we should be able to live happily, and we will be able to live happily if we follow Sadachara, Satsampradaya, and follow our Sanatana Dharmic way of life with Sat Sankalpas by leading the Dharmika way of life. So we have to follow, our Maharshis followed Sanatana Dharma way of life and asked all of us, all human beings, to follow that path and get benefited. As they got benefited, they expected us also to get benefited. So that knowledge which came from Brahmadeva to the gods, from gods to Maharshis, and from Maharshis, it prevailed all over us. The first Brahmins, Brahmanas, Brahmins. Through Brahmins, it came to all human beings and all types of categories. So from there, from Brahmavarta, our Sanatana Dharma came to Aryavarta. From Aryavarta, it spread to all directions, we said. Through Agastya Maharshi, mainly, it came to Dakshinapada. First, Agastya Maharshi went to Agastya Maharshi went to northern part of Himalayas, and from there he came to South India and settled here, and thus it came to north and south parts of India. And Vedavyasa Maharshi also gave us this complete knowledge of Veda Vijnana in the form of, by, he is called as Vedavyasa because he compiled the Vedas, and he gave Mahabharata to us, he gave Dharma Shastras to us, he gave so many, that is the Ashtadasha Puranas he gave. So through this Sanatana Dharma is gained by all of us. The way of living according to Vedas is surviving even now due to all this entire Vedic knowledge. So we can know this Sanatana Dharma. Time is already over. So only this, I could not complete even, I thought at least 7 points I should complete, not even third, I think. So our Puranas also mentioned that this creation occurred approximately 200 crores of years before. That is what is said by our sages and our Puranas, according to the recorded Puranas. Our Shastras also said the same. Now in this present age, modern people, that is scientists, with the help of machines, did a lot of research and came to the same conclusion that the creation occurred 200 crores of years ago. What is said by us, our sages, is proved here now. When this creation occurred and people started their lives, they followed Sanatana Dharma, and the same Sanatana Dharma is being followed by all of us. So we all are Sanatana Dharmaniya. Is our Dharma is Sanatana Dharma, which is invincible power, which is protecting the entire nature, human beings, living creatures, Prakriti Shaktis and all, the natural powers, Panchabhutas and all. So even sun god, Varuna, Vayu, etc. also, Prithvi Mata also. So by praying to all these, we get their favor and their karuna, by which we will be maintained happily. So shall we stop here? Because time is there, or for 5 minutes, shall I say? This point I can complete in 5 minutes. So this, there is Rutam in nature. Rutam is divine law, that which exists in the nature, a sort of rhythm. Rutam is there. That is the rule kept by Paramatma. Paramatma, Parabrahman, kept a sort of rhythm and rutam in the nature, by which all these Prakriti Devatas, they are being maintained by the Prakriti perfectly. Because sun rises only in the east and sets in the evening, or in the morning only, and then sets in the evening. Then seasons come one after another according to nature. All these are due to rhythm, the law kept by Paramatma. Paramatma, Shasana, we say. So this Prakriti is being maintained by rhythm, and all of us, it is our duty to maintain that rhythm, that rhythm in nature and in us, in our lives also. So then only we'll be, we can live happily. So the gods, there are so many desires which are being yielded by gods. Then Saraswati Mata, we say, gives us jnana and knowledge. So thus for different desires, different purposes, we are worshipping that same Parabrahman in different names and gods in different forms. That truth we should know. Our Bharata Desha is the birthplace of gods and Sanatana Dharma. That way of life originated in our Bharat Desha in Brahmavarta, went to Himalayas, and from there to from Himalayas it spread to all other nearby places, and from there to faraway places, and it reached to the entire earth mass. That is the main point which we have to keep in memory. Thus the Veda Vijnana spread all over the world among all human beings. There is a foreigner by name David Frawley. He wrote a book, Gods, Sages and Kings. In that book, he mentioned that once upon a time only Sanatana Dharma alone existed and prevailed all over the earth. Even they could realize this fact. So we all should realize this fact. He studied and observed, so he could say this fact to all of us. Now, second point I could complete. Now, third point we will start tomorrow. Third point is, what is the essence of Sanatana Dharma? So what is the essence of Sanatana Dharma? We will try to know tomorrow. Even these 7 points I may not be able to explain by tomorrow. At least 3 days if we give time to this, then Shoda Samskaras we cannot do. Okay, Swasti for today.
Dhanyavadaha. Dhanyavadaha, Visalakshi Mahodaya. You have taken a lot of effort in spite of you not being very well. We could see you have been, struggling to keep up. So let us have now Prarthana and then Janganama.
Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margyena Mahim Mahishaah O Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Lokah Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Kshobarahitah Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayah Aputrah Putrinas Santu Pautrinah Adanas Santu Jivantu Sharadam Shatam Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्ज्वल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे
Dhanyavadaha, Babu. Chala Chittibabu garu. Thank you. So now I think we should close.
Okay, Mahadaya. I'll end the session.
Yeah.